welcome back. This is WILSHOCKER, continuing my 100% completion of Final Fantasy XIV, excluding the mounts, I believe. Mounts and emotes I'm not interested in, but the main story quests, side quests, and character levels I'll be finishing and maxing out. So here we are. I just got to level 13 Fisher, and let me get my bearings. Let's get to Marauder. And if I see any quests along the way, I'll pick those up. But, okay, also Arcanist. I am level 1 Arcanist, so I need to level that up a little bit. Yeah, I gotta do the Arcanist quest. Let's do that. That would be... okay. Lower Lenoska. Okay, we're gonna go to Lower Lenoska for this. Pets? I can summon Carbuncle. Done with the laser bars. Or release. Or release. I think they're over here, this way. There you go. I guess I'll do this. Definitely experience something. Yeah, I ran out of time. Nice. Healing skill. Alright, got that done nice and fast. Nice and fast. I see the creatures beyond the city walls pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And when you feel you can command Carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instructions. I will be waiting. Level 5. Oh, I got it. Let's see. It's intelligence +1. They all give +1 intelligence, huh? Will, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must oft remind my arcanists to take meals, so ensconced do they become in their studies. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower Lanasca, 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragoras to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, formulate an effective strategy, and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. Yeah, right. I'll do all that stuff and I'll also press the 1 button. Ether charge. What's that? What's a gem shine? This is new. That's new. Huh. Must be a totally new way of playing, say, Summoner. Welcome back, Will. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with more practical examination? Our work at Malvin's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depths to which some merchants will sink to deter our customs agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eating vilekin, I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to cogitate. The cat girl. Her reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemy set against you. Yet effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. We're never gonna see her face, are we? We're never gonna see her face. Let's see. Taking into account your current level ability, factoring in the etheric constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear. My calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785. We're gonna see her face? Oh my god, we saw her face. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Kylia, a Malvin's Gate assessor. Acting Guildmaster Thrubergheim elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instructions in the field of Arcanima. Wonderful. From what I have observed so far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influenced your actions during battle? I simply do what feels right. Aha, just as I predicted. And now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an arcanist of note is 90%, give or take half a percent. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanima. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray to return directly to the guild. I believe Miss Thrubergheim is awaiting some inspected cargo. And what of myself? I am off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. Goodness. What a talkative game. So much text. Lots of reading. But that's what I signed up for. That's what I'm here for. Ah, Will, have you returned with the cargo? Here you go. Yes, everything seems to be in order, relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had a word from Kylia regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach to our art. And by the way, you never say a single thing that is relevant to the actual combat. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Kylia carries? That initiate's grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as Forseer. I fear such an intense focus on Arcanima has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your Arcanist training, I hope you might return the favor and help broaden her own perspective somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day, Will. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as Kylia has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. Lovely. I think I want the body armor. Oh man. Oh, for the love of Lumley, not again. The leather is ripped to bloody shreds. No, there's not a ride with me breeches, you cheeky sod. It's the megalo crabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. Those hell spawn snippers think they've found a squid or something and set the nippling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do for now. Great. Dun, 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 dun. It won't be long before a new crew of crabs come sliding in to claim that territory, and our loads just keep getting heavier what with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to this snipper problem. It's been years since I've played in this part of the game. Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. And gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Oh, don't tell Gurkant and Rotalia neglected to mention where those black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Oracle's lair of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us to the Black Loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Cool, thanks. Strength? I want strength. Give me. Give me weapon. I don't need that, actually. Confounded pirates, they know nothing of tilling, only killing. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hands that feed them. The mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself. If I hadn't swore to Stalwart that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring out our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. Great, cool. Monsters, violence. Let's do it. Recover the stolen farm tools from the pirates. Hell yeah. Stolen farm tools? Really? Okay. I like my cloud axe. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition, which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret I did. Couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when the consorts with cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stalwart ought to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Okay. I need more gil. Pirates making off with our tools. Thrall did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. I don't want the weapon. Maybe that. Maybe the gold. Come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. And yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond what I've asked before. Would you hear my plea? I'll just say. Let me just scratch my eyes a bit. It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in the manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off and nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but when something tells me this is different, it ain't exactly damning, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. Okay. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd tried asking Gwenwida at the Aetheryte. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was at. Okay. Oh, reading it out loud is tiring. I wish I didn't have to read it all out loud, but that's what I've committed to. Nothing that passes through the escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble setting for Road Risser Canyon not long ago, thinking about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky San said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it is they had pickled in their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give them a cuff round the ear from me, will you? I need some caffeine, that's what I need. I need to go get some caffeine. Yeah, I need caffeine. All the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastards done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It'll get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Bull Severin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. Doko desu ka? My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better. The sorry bastards in there are done for. Sever might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! Proceed. A true name. You betray even yourself, Severin. Ugh. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Hey, leave my buddy alone. He might be a bastard, but he's not a pirate. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. Worthless though it may be, we shall take it. Hey, leave him alone. Ooh, look, bad guy. O mournful voice of creation, grant you this humble stone a soul that it may wake to life. SpaghettiOs. Stand this. Sorry, I just like that song. Ishtola. The snake slithered away. I am glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Those pirates did not belong to any of the known Laminsan factions. Whom do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahajin and Cobalt activity. Something is afoot. The question is what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But yet all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The sea continues to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Soif foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the law of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time may be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see ether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in on the celebrations. To see ether. A disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? Ah, that's how we met her. What have we here? Can you walk? 'Tis I. Regrettably, no, he eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automation, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahajin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it.
But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stalwart will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. He told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Ishtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hope that it might offer up some clues as to our predicament. I'd say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay. But I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, get some coffee, and come back and play some more. So, leave a like if you liked, hit subscribe, and I'll be back with more.